Caitlin, did you have a good workout this morning?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
The finisher was fun, though.
Mickey had some fun stuff planned, yeah.
She's crazy.
And you are what? It takes one to know one, Kathy. That's where I was getting to.
Oh, Mom, he said it takes one to know one.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't she just say Mickey's crazy?
Yeah. Well, I tell her all the time that they're both the same person.
I don't know if she can hear you or not, but hopefully she can't. But you have the coolest mom, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Her voice is, or not her voice, her laugh is annoying. But besides that, Lore, how are you doing with everything? A little more motivation this week?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
I know that was your biggest struggle last week.
It was. I just, it's hard to stay. I'm just one of those people. I got to be around people to work out. It's hard to do, even with the Zoom. I still find myself half-assing some of it.
Hey, Caitlin, I'm going to mute you, okay? Oh, maybe it's not Caitlin. Hey, who's doing housework back there? Sandy, is that you? Tina? Somebody's banging.
I'm making a shake.
All right, well, I'm going to mute you.
Okay.
Oh, I feel so bad. I muted Caitlin. Oh, my God, Sandy, you're killing us. Hold on, Sandy. There we go. Oh, Zoom meetings. That was something. That was the first. Go ahead, Laura. So, yeah, with the routine and structure. So, because you want somebody right by your side, you're saying, as opposed to through a computer screen?
Yeah, it's hard for me to I like when I see Uzi and some of those badasses, and I'm trying to keep up with them in a boot camp, and you can see them in a little screen, but when you're working out at home, it's not the same. I want to try to keep up with Monica and Lizette, and I'm do better.
I gotcha. Hey, guys, I'm going to mute everyone real quick because I can't tell who it is. And then just when you're talking, just go ahead and unmute yourself. If you're not sure how to unmute, just wave your hand at me and I'll help you guys. All right, that's better. And Lore. Okay. Lore, you should be unmuted only, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people are having. That's what we were looking for, some different things of ideas without putting ourselves at just being idiots and violating kind of everyone's recommendations. But we were looking at some ideas of doing neighborhood pop-up workouts. There's been a few spots where, if we don't announce it, except for to just our people, we just show up real quick, do 30 minutes. We can do some things. Biggest thing is I can't do anything because with Shelly so close at this point, we're not getting into anything at this point. That's the scary part. But so that would be a possibility. We've had some people ask about Beacon Woods. We've had some people ask about Water's Edge. Carrie Ann just brought this idea up to me the other day, and I've just kind of mentioned it in conversation. And I think we could probably have 10 people in a workout if we're spaced out or something like that. But I just don't also want to be the dick,
No, yeah, and it is a struggle, but this is temporary. I'm still doing things. I'm still trying, to work out. At least I'm doing something. It may not be what I'm used to, but it's temporary, man. And the next thing you know, we'll all be right back at it as hardcore as we usually are. And for me anyway. So I'm not, last week I was depressed about it a little bit. This week, not so much, but.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some things that'll hopefully bring a little bit of that competition that you like as well. We're going to have a week-long MyFitnessPal challenge, which probably won't be more your direction, but we're going to do a marathon in a week. So you either track your steps or just honesty based on that, but you got to do 26 miles in 7 days.
Yeah, I love
and then
it.
And then some sort of check-in or attendance challenge for the week type of thing. So that way there's a little bit more inner push, between other people. Because I know if I put a carrot in front of April, she'll start, going after it.
I know she needs that too. We talked about it, we're just like that. So
We all do. Lizette seems to be like, I don't know. I know she's such an active person and everything, but her videos and stuff that she's come out with during this quarantine, just to me, it's kind of funny.
yeah, it is.
I've never seen her so like, out there with everything. And
Side of her, because you see her for 30 minutes at boot camp, you don't really get to see that funny side. I didn't realize she was such a funny girl. She's very funny.
And not only that, but just like the acting and everything, I thought was great with some of the videos with things and swinging on the Tarzan tree and actually letting herself, I guess, make a mistake and fall and showing it, because most of us don't show our outtakes.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm going to unmute everybody. If you know that you have like a shaker cup going or something, just go ahead and mute yourself. I'll mute everyone. All right, who is that?
Me.
That was the example.
Well,
What?
this
Hi,
was
Tina.
the problem.
Oh, hi, puppy. So who else is missing that team environment type thing? Like anybody have any ideas or things they want to incorporate?
I don't know, maybe I'm the lone one here, but I like Zoom.
I'm loving this. I was made for quarantine.
Oh, I was
I
made
like
for
it.
quarantine too. I was quarantined.
Yeah.
Everybody else was quarantined.
Yeah, I wish I could go out, just like hug everybody, just like in one, and then you come back and then I don't see anybody for like a week, and then go out and hug everybody and then come back. Like, I'm really happy at home and I love my home workouts. And like, I was made for this. Like I see Lore and Sandy and, well, I guess you, Caroline, but basically Tuesdays and Thursdays for like my morning workouts, just because Travis is there. But other than that, like I love, the solo push.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was
Who is saying that?
me. I said, I wish I was you, man.
But it's so different though, and I totally get it, because like Mickey's dying right now. Like Mickey wants to get out there, Mickey wants to do things, but like even more than anything, like Mickey's family is quarantined because like her kids are working, her husband's working, so like they're like more isolated than anything. So Mickey's not even like seeing the other trainers really. So it's like I totally get you. Like I'm hearing it from both sides. People that are really, really missing the people side of it. You guys can tell Kathy misses us because she's not even in her camera. Yeah. Whatever, Kathy. What else does anybody have going on? What's new this week?
Here I am.
Oh, our morning is complete. Thank you, Kathy.
Hey, Rusty.
Hey, Rusty. Sandy, did you call that one? That was great.
Yeah, I did.
Here.
I love it. Sabrina, what are you doing?
Man, working and working out. That's all I do.
I love it. I've been keeping up with a lot of your posts, so that
Huh?
helps. How are you doing with not seeing people working out? Because I'm pretty sure you're seeing everybody while you're working type of thing.
You know what? At first, when we was just doing the recordings, I was struggling really, really bad because it would take me 4 hours to do a 30-minute workout.
Yep.
But now Zoom and everybody, now it's like, okay, I'm good. It's like I miss going and seeing everything, but I'm like back into where, but those videos, forget it.
Oh, I
Love
hear.
Too.
Who else struggles with like the video side of it? Like the pre-recorded?
Right. Yeah, that's not the same as Zoom.
Cool. That's a pretty common thing then across. I'm on my phone today, so I can only see 4 at a time.
It's your reps on the videos. It says 30 reps of this. If you're a ninja, 12 rounds, and my 30 is like 1, 2, 3, 30. Okay.
Oh my God. So it's totally opposite for me. Like, so again, I like the pre-recorded ones, but here's one thing that I use, guys, for myself. And even because right now we're starting to put up even the live workouts, like the Zoom workouts on that page. But one of the things I always try and do is it always takes you the longest to get started. There's the least amount of motivation. Your body's not moving well. And so what I do is I always use a timer. Like I will never work out without a clock because it's like my accountability. So like on how Sabrina said, it was taking her like an hour to do a 30-minute workout or whatever, 4 hours. So I'll take my time on the first 2 rounds. Like I want to make sure I go through, like I don't want to hurt anything, but whatever that time is. So say it takes me 10 minutes for the first 2 rounds. I need to finish the workout then in the next 10 minutes. So however long it took me 2 rounds, I need to do 3 rounds when I actually push myself. And you'll find that as soon as you finish that 3rd round, you're like, I'm more than halfway done. And then that's where, again, I'm a competitive person. Like how I talk shit to you guys teasing, like I'm so hard on myself here. But that's one thing that works. So maybe time yourself for the first 2 rounds and then you try and push yourself for rounds 3 through 5. Maybe that'll help to just have some like inner competition.
I hate
Christina?
it when we have like, oh, do 80 flutter kicks or something like that. Like I'm focused on my positioning, not trying to count to 80 while I'm trying to, I prefer like, oh, do flutter kicks for 90 seconds. Like that I can do, throw my timer on, but I don't want to, I can't count like that. I can't do that.
I'm ADD, so counting is definitely tough. Who else struggles counting?
Oh yeah.
Caroline and Tina, yeah. So do you guys count by 2s or count by 1s?
Oh. I counted.
I don't count.
Well, maybe that's the problem, not counting.
I just can't do it. Like I'll start and then like I get to like 15 and I'm like, okay, I don't even know if I'm at 15 anymore. I don't know where I'm at anymore. So I'm like, all right, I just say, okay, it should take me 60 seconds to do 80. So I set a timer for 60 and hope that I'm getting all 80 in essentially.
That makes sense. Like I'm the worst gym partner because I'm so ADD that like if I'm spotting somebody, I'm talking, I'm not even counting. But like for my own workouts, one of the things, if it's 2-sided like a flutter kick, count by 2s, and that way it's with your breath. So you're going 2, 4, 6, and so I count by, like same thing with bicycle crunches. I count by 2. That's 2, 4, 6, and at least helps my ADD not lose count that way. But you're right. Like Sabrina said, 200 lunges. I'm screwed. Like I might count by 10s and like
okay, I think I'm at 100. I probably end up doing 350 because I lost count. That's why.
That's exact. Laura, you would understand, but like when we did the Murph last year, I was like, oh my God, I think I've done 400 squats because like I don't want to leave early, but I'm like, I know I've done this already. But yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and a lot of times like lunges, I'll just, if it's 100, I'll do, instead of going 2, 4, I say, okay, that's 50. So it's right and left is 1. So I cut it in half. So, you know, right, left, that's 1, right, left, that's 2. And do it that way up to 50. It's weird. Certain things, yeah. But I'm a bad counter too. I end up doing more.
Me too.
I'm like, I don't want to cheat myself. And then I'm thinking, geez, I've been squatting for like an hour. You know?
Well, that's why we know Tina's arms look like that. Your legs look like that. There you go.
Right.
I'm an awful counter, but in boot camp, like when we're screaming out to you guys, and I wish there was other trainers on here to see how they do it, but I'm going here, like, so I'm counting rounds. Like if we're going sets of 1, 2, 3, you know, say we're doing 100 lunges. Once I get to 10, I go here. Then it's 20, 30, 40. So I'm still lunging, but my hands are going, and then I'm undoing it going on the way back. So, you know, you can't do that with a dumbbell exercise, but might be worth a try.
I don't like counting past 10, so I'm always trying to just count how many 10s I do. Because when you start going 21, 22, it's like too hard to say.
Yep. So that's where it's just 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4,
so
6,
I use
8,
my
10,
fingers
2, 4,
too.
I love it. We never thought counting was going to be the issue of quarantine, right? Well, it's like if anybody played baseball or softball, they have clickers for like the pitches, and all you do is just click, 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 and it's so easy. And I'm like, God, I should have a clicker. So we bought one for boot camp, and I'd never remember to use the clicker. It sat up there for like 3, 4 years, and we finally just got rid of it. But counting is the hardest thing on my end. We got everybody else. Sabrina. Who else?
Here.
Laura, Kathy. Who is? Oh, it's Mary Beth. Mary Beth, you're the one who's muted. We haven't heard from you yet today. What's going on, lady?
Oh, same old, like Sabrina. Work and work out.
Are you still baking?
Work out, and drink. Work out, and drink. I drink every day.
Oh, Rhonda's there. Is that Cindy? Oh, my buddy. Oh, Belinda. Oh, my goodness. I miss you guys so much.
Miss you.
Oh, the most love always from you guys. I love it. Mary Beth, you got indoctrinated into like the best group ever. Like, I don't know how they took you under their wing so quick. No, but I think Rhonda met you on like day 2 or 3, and it's like just amazing.
Yeah, we are. We're having fun too.
Yeah.
Guys, I will say that's the one thing, like what they've done, and like you guys.
I miss you too.
We're just talking about how we can't count. No, but like this quarantine has helped me like reach out to so many other gyms and so many other people, and it's like you start meeting other people and you don't realize like how big you can make your circle right now, guys. So like this is like in a little local basis with Mary Beth here, but like guys, like if you have like friends from out of state, friends from out of town, like these little Zoom meetups are amazing. Like we were on yesterday with a gym owner from Winnipeg, somebody from Massachusetts, somebody from California, and somewhere like mid-country. And it's like, it's amazing how all clients all over the whole world are basically like going through the same thing. And it's just, you know, you guys, like if you're missing that family side of it or that camaraderie, like help, you know, get on Zoom with somebody. I taught my dad how to Zoom, and like my dad doesn't know how to do anything. So like it's, just get them on there, guys. I think this is a chance for us to connect where we get so busy in our day-to-day life. Like I've connected with more people than ever.
So, yeah, I did once with my cousin, and she don't answer my calls no more.
But she Zoomed with you?
She's like, that was intense. I'm like, hey.
That's so funny.
My son's club started Zoom this week. So I was watching other videos with their trainers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be sharing this gym in Winnipeg. I mean, it looks like ESPN Sports Center. I mean, he's got advertisements going across the bottom. He's got the next workout coming up here. There's a timer on it. Like it is amazing. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Like it gives me a room that I have to aspire to get better too. So it's been cool just like meeting with everybody. So I'd love to see what your son's doing, Tina.
The gym that I go to in Wisconsin has TV screens around the room, and they have a timer, and the workout is pre-made, and it just tells you what you're doing next, and there's timer.
Yeah, we're so improv, I think, that we could never do that, but we could probably do the timer part.
Yeah, it keeps
It's
the
fun.
trainers on track because some of them like to talk, you know.
Yeah. Well, like Ashley, I mean, you guys know, like she doesn't use a watch, and like, you know, sometimes 30 seconds is great, but then if you saw like half the people didn't get up into position until 15 seconds in, like I don't want that timer going off. So yeah, I think we're like an improv show more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We were looking, we're like, how do we script this? This seems so hard, but yeah. So, Christine Rivera's coming in. She normally keeps her camera off. Anybody else got anything going on? All right, so MyFitnessPal, guys, for this week, the way it will work at the end of the week, I got to figure this out. I guess we'll make it on the main post, but basically at the end of the week, you will post like, so Laura would post her Sunday, and then in the comments of her Sunday, she would put Monday, then Tuesday. And so she'll have 7 pictures in her little individual like tag under my post. Does that make sense? So there's like the main post, and then Laura would be the first person to comment. It would just be all her meal diaries. So don't like leave 7 in a row and then the next person. So you're going to do it all within your own replies or comments of your own comment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anybody give me a no? Okay, we're good. Cool. I have to swipe back and forth. So that'll be the thing going on for this upcoming week. So what we're trying to do again is get real close to like within 10 or so of those goal numbers. So the whole idea is like, if you're finding, guys, like say you set your calories at 1,300 this week and you see just every day, there's no way that you're coming close to the carbs or the proteins or the fats, and you just know it's not realistic. This is where I want to get more of like a customization with you guys. And this is where like Laura and Rhonda, and I think that's it, who have done the private coaching with us, like we start with a framework, but like some people just aren't able to eat a certain quantity of food or a certain type of food. So like Laura, for instance, like she was doing fruit and we were trying to get her to eat more like rice so it would last longer with her and stay, but like it was very tough for her. She felt bloated. So like, you know, we started with eating fruits to fill up her carbohydrate numbers, but then slowly transitioned to another source. So all I'm saying is set your numbers, get what your 50% protein is, your 25% carb, 25% fat, and try and come as close as you can to those numbers. But if by Tuesday you're like, there's just no freaking way I can do this, this is where we need to start getting into a private chat and start using me more. I'm hearing from probably the same 20 people every week that ask a lot of questions. They're great questions. We're getting some good information. But the rest of you guys I'm not hearing from. So this is where like the coaching side of it is like included free side of it during like quarantine stuff. So like Laura, Sabrina, I don't think Rhonda was in it. I think that was it, are in the current group. Like they're on pause and like they're going to start their coaching like once we start back. But like for right now, guys, you should be using like the same type of like daily back and forth. So what I want to do is by the end of next week, not only will we have 7 screenshots of what your nutrition total page is for each day, but hopefully on day 1, maybe it's off by like 15 to 20 grams. Day 2, it's only off by 10 to 12 grams. And then by the end of the week, by like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have perfect days. And so the whole idea with that is if you ever fall off track, you can go back a month from now and look back at those 3 perfect days, just make that same food again to get yourself back on track. Does that make sense? So like, even though I'm giving you structure, feel free to break the rules a little bit, but make sure you report to me and we'll figure out how you break the rules right. Is that cool?
And like I said, I did like what Rhonda, when I was really struggling, trying to get my protein up and all that, I pre-put everything in and tweaked my numbers. Then I just went back and said, oh, this is what I can eat for the day. Instead of eating, having a shake, and then by lunchtime, you're like, well, I'm down, I need 20 more carbs. When do I do that? I just put it in early, and then I just look to see, oh, I can have 4 ounces of this at lunch and this amount of rice, and it just works for me. That way I don't have to think about and try to figure it out. And then at dinner time, now I've had 2 fats, you know, so that's just me. It works for me to kind of put it in first, but that's just me.
You can always build up. You can't ever take food away. Yeah. So guys, she said something that everybody else probably completely skipped over and didn't hear, but like, it's what I wanted to hear. She said, I could have 4 ounces of this, and then I can have this kind of rice. So what she didn't say though, is like, she might pre-plan it the night before and it's chicken with 4 ounces of rice. And then she gets to the next day and she's like, well, I'd rather have fish and I have this. So she does fish and she's like, well, I really don't want rice with fish. So it could be potatoes. Well, how many ounces and ounces does she do? 4 ounces, 4 ounces. The food might change, but the amount doesn't change. So as you start using MyFitnessPal, you'll start to learn like, oh, well, that's about what a half cup of rice looks like. And so every time you put it on your plate, even if you're at a restaurant or any place else, you'll have a good idea of eyeballing it. But until you track it, just how like Laura said, you never get to really know.
Yeah, I ran into a problem the other day and I had like 200 calories left for dinner. By not doing
And then what do you do?
Yeah. You have a protein bar.
Yeah, okay, well, that's a perfect example. So if you get to that point, it's late in the day, I would be just as fine if you ended up finishing 200 calories under. I think that's okay, because we also don't want to have to force feed ourselves like at the end of the day. But if you're hungry and you're having a sweet tooth or something and you wanted that protein bar or something else, then like you killed it. You did the right thing, Mary Beth. So that is the answer, guys. Oh, well, so that was like a slim fast plan.
Before dinner, I had 200 calories left.
Now I get you. Oh, so it was the opposite. You couldn't take it back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, and what if you would have put it and entered that in at the end of the night after you'd already eaten everything? Then it would have been even worse, you know? So
yeah,
it's always better sooner than later to enter all your food, guys, and it makes such a big difference. It really does. And then it gives you permission to eat food as well, because so many times we feel guilty to eat, but like we need to eat. Like you got to fuel the fire. Is Sabrina still with us?
I'm right here.
Okay, Sabrina, talk to us about eating, because I know this was something where we struggled. Like you were trying to outwork about diet, and like, so we were like 6 weeks into us.
Well, as far as my eating, I'm still trying to do low carbs and high protein and stuff.
Let's talk about numbers though. Like when you were first starting to like track, like what were the things that you struggled with? Because I know we went back and forth for like proteins and fats.
High percentage of fat. I love my avocados. I love my eggs, and I love like my fried chicken tenders and stuff. Like I incorporate them, and you know, I've lost weight like eating Wendy's, like eating those chicken nuggets and chili, and you know. So my thing was just my high percentage of fat and not getting enough protein. And I'm still there. I'm still struggling. I still have to meal prep. I still haven't done the meal prepping yet. That's on my to-do list. I need to do it. but I think that'll get me to the next level. I just need to get there.
Yeah, it's a whole new process because everybody thinks it's just meal prep, but it's not. It's planning the meals, then making the list, then going to buy it, then going to cook it. Actually, you got to put it away, then you got to sort it. So it's like, it's 10 steps, but everybody feels like meal prep is just one step and why can't I master this? But no, it's like a whole lifestyle change. So,
It is.
guys, so she talked about, oh, go ahead.
I'm pretty much in the same spot as Sabrina. My fats are up there and my protein is getting there.
So what do we do then in that case? Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, Sandy.
Okay.
Less carbs.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I'm assuming less carbs because
my carb numbers are okay.
No, but that's the answer though, right, Mary Beth? Because you've seen it. So if you guys get to a point in the day where say your protein's a little low, your fat's a little high, well then you're going to look at your calories and you're not going to have much left. So the goal that day then is you probably have to keep your carbs low. So like all three can't be high. So if one is too off for the day, like if fats are too high, then normally you just drop the carbs. So like when Sabrina's talking about a day like going with like chicken tenders or Wendy's or something where normally chicken would be all protein, no fat. Well, on those days, she's got to calibrate because it's really, I think it's like 18 grams of protein, 15 grams of fat. So like then in the other meals, maybe avocado doesn't come in or maybe we don't do whatever. But realistically, if those are the foods she likes, it's going to be the rice that doesn't go in. It's going to be the fruit that doesn't go in. It'll be, you take away the carbs if you really like eating all those fats. And that's where it comes to personal preference.
Yep.
But calories still stays at that cap.
That's me all day.
I'm struggling pretty hard. I put in my numbers last night for today because I decided my meal the day before so I could see where my numbers are. And like, I'm still going to have over 600 calories left, 100 grams of protein, 27 grams of carbs, and 10 of fat left over. And I feel like I have a full day's worth of food. So I don't know how I'm going to incorporate all that other food. And although I will say, I do constantly still feel hungry and I am getting pretty lightheaded, but I feel like I used to never eat. I used to never, ever, ever eat, but I feel like I just can't seem to get it.
That's how the Atkins guy died. He didn't have enough carbs. He got lightheaded, fell on a boat.
Damn.
So Laura, it's half truth. He didn't really get lightheaded from carbs, but he really did fall on a boat. Laura, what would be the first question that you would ask, or like if you were looking at like she's 100 grams short on protein, 27 on carbs, like where's the first place you're looking?
To fill those numbers up. Okay. For me, do a double scoop protein shake. Right there's 50 grams of protein, and it won't. To me, that doesn't make me feel bloated, blah, 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 whatever. So that's what I do to get my protein up instead of trying to gag down more chicken breast. Don't give me more of that chicken. I'd rather have a protein shake. It just helps me fill that number. And then the carbs, I've just found, I didn't think I'd like them, but I go and get those, it's the chocolate, I'm not kidding, chocolate rice cakes. Oh my gosh, like it's the bomb. And I will have 2 or 3 of those in the morning. I try not to do carbs at dinner, like the rices and all that. I'll try to do those earlier in the day for lunch and at breakfast time and when I'm more active. But I tell you what, you can get some carbs in on those rice cakes. They're good. I didn't think
they're 11 a piece, 11 carbs.
I think so, something like that. Yeah.
I did a whole contest prep for 20 something weeks of just chocolate rice cakes. Like that was my carb source.
They're so good. I'm telling you, I'm like addicted.
So Christina, do you do a protein shake?
I used to, but unfortunately the company that I always got my protein shakes from, I got them from New York, and thanks to Corona, they're kind of shut down right now. So I ran out. So now I have to try and find, I guess, a temporary brand that I'm going to like here. Because he used to make a special blend for me. It's like post-workout with the protein, and it already had the PB powder and everything. I just had to toss it in the banana and almond milk, and I was done.
Oh, nice.
So
there's a lot of custom companies out there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now I have to find something else. So in the meantime, I've just been trying to do it with food. I mean, I have been
and
eating
that's
this
the hardest part.
Fit stuff. It's not really a protein shake. It's a protein collagen thing, and I'm already drinking 2 of those a day. And that's already incorporated in my numbers for today.
In the numbers, yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
we're peaked out. So that is the answer. Is finding a shake would be the one. And again, you don't need to rely on supplements, but the whole reason why a supplement is there, it's the bridge to get you from not eating to like eating all from whole food. Like everybody like gets on these passionate things. I only have to eat from whole food. It's like, that's where the supplement is, that bridge, because you're going to increase your hunger and appetite as your metabolism, spikes. I just sent over 3 links to somebody before we got on here, but Isopure is like probably like the cleanest. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. It's a little thin and the flavors, Dymatize is like a good consistency. The flavors a little bit on the sweet side. And then Rule 1 is a little bit thicker. So I'll send you all 3 links. I think they're all pretty good. Does anybody else have a preference here in the group?
Rule 1 chocolate.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it's good.
What is that?
Rule 1 chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm sending it to you right now, Christina, through Messenger.
oh, okay.
Well, I have 2% battery. We'll see if I am, but
You said-
so go ahead. What was that? Somebody was talking. Maybe not. Okay, so if you did a 2-scoop shake, just like what Laura said, that gets you 50 grams up. Then what you need to do is look at your other meals throughout the day. Like, so if one of the meals has, say, 2 eggs, maybe we try adding a 3rd egg. If something has like 4 ounces, maybe we try adding like 5th and 6th ounce, basically. So you start adjusting portion sizes. And then it also might be something where like your breakfast, instead of increasing the portion size, it just has like a half cup of Greek yogurt with berries. And that way your carbs go up a little bit, your protein goes up. Or it might be a dessert at the end of the night with Greek yogurt and protein powder, where you're making some sort of like homemade Greek yogurt ice cream. But that's how you need to start incorporating. That way you're not making new meals, you're just adding or replacing type things that you're already doing. Oh, my dog. Olive, give me a second, guys. All right, well, hopefully that didn't ruin the recording. But anyway, does that make sense? A little bit of like starting to just like readjust like the portion sizes, I think is the important thing there.
Yeah.
And then when your company opens back up, obviously it'll make it that much easier.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. Like guys, like if we're learning now, like when your hands are kind of tied to some things, like when you have freedom of more like choices and variety in restaurants or whatever, like it's going to make it that much easier. So, it might be a little tough now. Yeah, it looks like Sabrina got kicked out of the room. I'm so sorry, guys. Olive like kicked the cord, so I don't know if the recording's gonna be messed up or. Anyway, but so hopefully that helps with that. So like on your MyFitnessPal, guys, like if you get into that point, so like Christina, right now, you should send me in Messenger your entire meal diary of what you have laid out, and that way we can problem solve it. So tomorrow it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, same with everybody in the group. Like start putting your stuff in now. Like Sunday's a hard day to eat clean for most people, but like Sunday's just like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday right now. So like just every day of the week, just send it over, guys, if you have questions. And once we get a couple days in, I'll say, I think you got it. And you don't need to send them anymore.
The quarantine gives me personally, this is me, an excuse to not eat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one that's going, I think I'll just have a few White Claws to drink, and I've always been honest, one of my downfalls is too much beer and etc. And it's been like hard this quarantine because I'm like, oh, poor me stuck at this house and I should be blessed. I have a house to be stuck in, but no, what do? I go to ABC Liquor.
Essential.
Me too.
Essential.
Essential, honey.
Yeah, it's just me. I admit it, but the quarantine.
Everybody, I drink every night. I have a drink every night, honey. Malibu coconut rum, honey.
Woo.
That's a lot of sugar.
I know.
I don't drink, I eat cookies.
That's me. I've been doing Oreos. Like, it's weird to drink by yourself. That's like, so I've just been relying on Oreos.
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy, really?
There's the white chocolate ones. They have white chocolate. Oh.
Y'all are killing.
Nice. My favorite cookie by far, if you guys have never been to Panera with the, it's the kitchen sink cookie. Treat yourself. It is like, it's amazing, but it has everything in it. It's it probably weighs 2-3 pounds for just like one cookie, but that's my like weakness. But I break it up into like multiple sittings.
Wow.
So who else has a thing? We got Chips Ahoy. We have every type of cookie for me. What's everybody's weakness, guys?
Ice cream.
What kind?
Any kind.
Come on, what's your favorite? If everything's in stock, what are you grabbing for?
Whatever's got the most chocolate and nuts and all that in it.
Ooh, have you ever had Chocolate Trinity from Publix?
Never heard of it.
Oh, guys, like it's every type of chocolate. It's like 7 types of chocolate in one. It's got like these little anyway, just it's worth it. They finally sell it in a smaller size, which is nice.
Yeah, because if it's in the house, I want to eat it.
Oh yeah. Just a spoon after lunch, a spoon after dinner, a spoon after a shake. A protein shake, I can have a little. Tina, what's your weakness?
Chocolate chip cookies.
What kind and from where?
Where like I'll go to Winn-Dixie and get you get one in a bag.
The big one, yes.
I'm by myself, so I don't buy packages of cookies because I'll eat the whole package.
I love that one though. It's the 99 or $1 cookie or whatever it is. And yep, I've done that. Man, when it's 2 for $1, I can't say no. But when it's 1 for $1, I can walk away.
My husband's home, so he calls from Publix. He's like, "They're buy one get one, the chocolate chips." I'm like, I didn't say anything. Caitlin's like, "Get them." Who's eating them? Me.
Good thing I don't like cookies because we probably have 6 kinds of cookies, all from Sam's Club.
No way.
Yeah, it's just me and my husband here. It's not me eating them.
Oh my God, guys, that's a great thing for tonight. We should do a calorie challenge. Who can fit the most calories in one picture? Like on one picture on a post.
I could do it. I could probably win.
That's pretty cool. Like, that's kind of neat. And you can't stand more than like 5 feet away or something like that. We got to set some parameters on that, but I like that. What are some other games, guys? We have like a list of things, but like some things seem to really hit bigger than others. Like the fashion show thing still killed me. The catwalk was hilarious.
That was great.
Like, yeah. So like we had some certain things, but anyway, I just didn't know if you guys had any ideas. I think the next thing you guys are going to see is like a lip sync. That'll probably end up being tonight. So, and we can only do like, because some people's phones can't upload more than like 30 seconds. So we can keep a cap of like a 30-second clip. But I think that's what we're going to see tonight is a lip sync contest. And we'll see how that goes.
I better go back to ABC Liquor today then.
I just banged my head. Oh, wow. Heck yeah. Start mixing liquors now, Laura.
I told the drunk I'll probably have to go to rehab after the quarantine. I'm
It's funny because I have said this before, but like for some reason, like nobody knows what to buy a trainer. So we either get like sweets and desserts or we get alcohol. So like I'm looking at, there's 3 bottles of Jaeger like in my eyesight. And then my dad last Christmas got me the Monster, like let's go club and bottle service party type Jaeger. And it's like, I don't drink Jaeger. You can't drink that by yourself. That's just weird. That would make for an interesting video though.
Well, at least then Travis will be your friend forever. So
and we keep saying that we need to leave it in the freezer at the gym, especially now with no kids in the kids room. We can at least have a shot after every workout. Like we've mentioned every time and we just forget to bring it, but it's a part of it. I'm just excited for a Friday night at the bar again. Like it's been so long, like just the lingering for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours after, and like different games and whatever. That's probably the one night I miss more than anything.
I miss the heavy weights because I've got 10-pound weights and I've got the one I borrowed from you guys, but it's just one dumbbell. I miss the heavy lifting.
Bars.
I was going to say, as far as dumbbells too, if anybody needs to get more, like now that everybody's had a chance to go through, there's a bunch of 25s, pretty much the heavier rack. I think there's 40s or 45s left. So if you guys need more weights, like we're there, somebody's there a couple times a day, so we can leave some out for you guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because I wanted to get on that too.
Yeah, and we've been trying. We ordered 100 ankle bands like 3 weeks ago, and like our shipping day just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back. So as of right now, it says Wednesday again, but who knows? So Once those come in, those will be for pickup. Even the handle bands, we're just waiting to make sure we have an inventory coming in before we rent out the other ones, because like we're already going to basically have to run workouts with no dumbbells until people return them. So we're just trying to figure things out bit by bit. But anyway, we'll have that stuff for you soon. Bless you.
Thank you.
So if you guys need dumbbells, make sure you text me, because all we do is we have like a couple group chats with the trainers. We put it out there, and whoever's there next, they just take a picture, let us know like what tire they hit it in, and we'll let you know, like, Laura, you're in tire 3. It's the whatever, you know. It's like lockers, except with boot camp style tires.
Yeah, because I need to get a tire too, so that'd be great, actually.
The tires are, I can double check right now with Mickey, but the tires should be stocked up. We're trying to keep at least 15 every time we leave out there.
Oh my gosh, tires are next week.
Yeah, and there's so many things. So we're actually like, they've been shooting videos each day of like new exercises with tires. So we're not going to make them all tire workouts, because unfortunately not everybody's shown up yet, but I think there's like 80 or 90 that are gone already. So it's been pretty quick.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, and you guys saw the bags. This will be for the contest for the MyFitnessPal thing for next week.
Woohoo!
Like,
They're awesome. I love it. They got like a thick, like crackle feel on them.
I like the hat. I want a hat.
Yes. Well, these were like, this is 2 years in the making. But these are like the fitted ones. So we're getting a snapback, but the problem is my head is so big, which it doesn't necessarily seem like that, but my head can't fit in a snapback.
Got a lot of brains, you know?
So it's not, I don't feel like I have a disproportionate head to my body, but this is the extra, extra large hat. And like, it just like barely fits on there. So I was very selfish. And before we got hats, I've been trying to like find the right hat. And now that we have the design, the whatever, we're going to be pumping out like snapback hats and fitted hats.
Awesome.
Yeah. And visors, what we're trying to do as well. Oh,
Visors.
is that Sandy?
That's
Who
very
said
bad.
visors? Yes,
Very
I
bad.
beat you to it. Yeah.
Visors instead of hats.
Yes. Yep. Visors. We're looking at headbands. The biggest problem with headbands is like,
Headband.
I like it.
but like what Tina's wearing right there, like our cost would be like $10 even before printing. Then you print it, it's like $15. And like, who wants to buy a $20 headband? Like it's some of those things, unfortunately, it sucks. But like, yeah, I think visors are like a decently priced thing. But like this hat, after embroidering everything, was like $32. Like my cost. Like no one wants to buy that.
Do you have the embroidery file?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you embroider?
I have an 8-head embroidery machine. That's my business.
Oh my God. I can drop ships right
I'm
to your
kind of
house.
like not doing much, obviously, because I don't do it down here. I do it in Wisconsin.
If Ashley was on right now and heard you say that, she'd be like, Derek's going to like bug the hell out of you because I want hats. It's been like my biggest thing.
When I go back to Wisconsin, if you could just email me the file and I can.
Oh, you tease me. You don't have it with you?
No, it's an 8. It weighs 1,500 pounds.
And sounds like a perfect quarantine workout to me.
Muscle
yeah,
meat,
you do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could help you out with headbands.
That's amazing. So you can embroider. Sandy's gone, it looks like, huh? Yeah. Can you embroider like the Sandy type, like the cotton, like a tennis headband?
Yeah.
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 Ooh,
that would be awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, Kathy, that's right. You wear those too. Where are you, Kathy?
Here I am.
Yeah, Kathy
I
always wears
just
those
have
as well.
I'll have to look at a source for the headbands themselves, and then
I think they charge me $35 for any like for the embroidery, whatever it's called, the source file, I guess.
Oh, the embroidery file itself, $35. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
but
so we
once
can
you
design
have
like
it,
horizontal.
yeah, once you have it, you have it.
Cool.
And,
so we'll make like a horizontal logo. We'll do like one that actually says Live Fit maybe or something. But I love that. That would be great.
Yeah, don't make it too wide because I need room, or too tall. I mean, it can be wide.
Figure all that out when it comes. You're not even in front of the machine.
No.
We'll worry about that when you get home. Oh, that's so cool though.
But yeah, I will probably be going home in maybe end of May.
Really?
Yeah. But
this whole thing's nutty.
I'll be back once a month though.
That's what you were saying. And now, will you be here permanently at some point?
Just in the winters.
Gotcha. So you still plan on snowbirding or whatever?
Yeah. We have,
Relate.
you know, family, friends, all that at Wisconsin. So, but the weather is way better here.
Especially now.
Especially now.
Yeah, no, like Laura, yesterday probably made you super. Oh, is Laura gone? Yeah, she is. Yesterday probably would have made somebody like Laura super depressed with the rain and whatever. To me, it made me just like, oh, like I love those rainy days like that.
Yeah, but you have so very few of them here. At home, we get clouds for months on end. It's just.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah, my brother lives in like near Seattle, and it's the same thing he said.
Yeah. So this is way better.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Tina's kids are in paradise, right, Tina?
Yeah. They said it was colder though. It was a cold, spring.
What is cold in California? How cold is that?
Like 60.
Oh, man, it's beautiful though.
Yeah, beautiful out there.
Yeah, that's amazing. Guys, anything else we want to go over today? I think the MyFitnessPal thing will be the biggest thing, is just make sure you send it to me at night, and then by the morning I'll get an answer to you within a decent time frame. But that'll be the challenge we'll be posting. That'll be posted tomorrow morning, so nobody knows about that really until tomorrow morning. So, but it'll just be that nutrition totals page every day. Just screenshot it, hold on to them for the entire week, and then you'll go ahead and you can post them all at once, or you can post it once and use your same thread to re-share all your other screenshots. And Kathy, if that's confusing, I'll make sure it makes sense on the post.
I do have one question about beans. Can I ask one question about beans?
Please. Oh, we can. We're in no hurry.
Okay, so you said that you don't have to even put it in your MyFitnessPal. Like I like sometimes just eat some black beans or something, but then there's protein in those beans, so you kind of want to count that.
Yeah, so I look at it as an incomplete protein because it didn't, fly, walk, or swim. And as far as the not counting, let's make a rule. I love this. Like, this is a great question. So if you eat like, a cup of beans 3 times a day, you definitely need to enter them. But if you eat like a half a cup here and there throughout the week, like, don't count them. Same thing with hummus. It's the same type thing. Now, what I did find after looking at a few labels last week is some hummus are very deceptive because they include way more crap.
Right.
So
and lots of oil.
Oil and sugar. I could not believe how much sugar was in some of them. So other than that, though, any bean product, as long as it's a moderate portion, because it'll mess up your numbers if you're trying to use like our equation, though. Like 1 cup of beans will basically it'll take your carbs almost half for the day. It'll really mess, it'll make it hard.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and if you do eat beans consistently, we might put you at like 12 or 13 calories per pound. That way we can absorb that extra bit of beans. And instead of being 25% carbs, we'll probably put you at like 35% carbs. But that would just come from working together longer and knowing like what your food intake is. And then making sure you don't use that 35% to eat all like white potatoes and rice a month from now. So as long as it stays beans, it can stay beans.
Yeah.
Like that's where we make those accommodations.
So is
Mary Beth, anything? Okay. No, Caroline, it was you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is sweet potato, do you think that's a pretty decent carb?
That's a carb. Pasta, potato, bread, rice, or anything from those, you have to put in.
Yeah, I know, but it's a pretty decent carb.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, okay, so that's a good question and like a tangent we can go. But so like the question always comes like brown rice, white rice, or sweet potato, white potato. The difference is like how long do you need it to last for? Because like sweet potato, brown rice is going to have more fiber, more minerals and things that'll make it last and keep you full for a longer period. Or like white potatoes, you're going to eat it and you're going to be hungry again in a shorter duration. So to me, like when I'm contest dieting, I don't white potatoes because I'm trying to eat every 2-3 hours. But if you're trying to diet and lose weight, like that's where you want to do like more of like a brown rice or sweet potato to keep you full for a longer period of time. If you're that person that's always hungry and always snacking.
I have a question about the brown rice because I'm from a Caribbean descent and we make rice and beans with like kidney beans and pinto beans, and it turns the white rice brown. Is that?
Nope, you're good. Nope, you're good. That's a good question though, honestly. No, so like, and a lot of brown rice isn't really brown rice. If you look, it's like still enriched long grain. Look at the label on some brown rice because you look at like the minute brown rice and you're like, how can they do this? And it's not. It's white rice. It's basically like whatever. They put some minerals into it. But no, like you're good with what you're doing as far as what type of rice do you use?
I use jasmine rice, or
That's
it's Adam couscous. It's just like a fine jasmine rice.
Yeah. that's what I recommend everybody, the jasmine rice. Like that's,
Okay.
So it's good. Okay, because I've
yeah.
been away from it, because growing up I had rice and beans every single day.
Here's the one part where you're going to come into play is if you measure a cup, you're not just getting a cup of rice though, you're getting a cup of rice and beans.
And beans, right.
So
right.
you almost need to measure your whole pot first. Like,
Okay.
so like take this. So like if you're making a recipe and you put 8 cups of rice into it, then once you go into it and like you see like, how would I best say this? So like if your pot is like halfway full, if you want to eyeball it going this way, and then you add in your beans, and after it swells and after cooking and after whatever, it's like now double the pot size or whatever, you got to realize about half of your portion size is only going to be rice. So if you're doing a cup of beans and rice, you're not really getting 50 grams of rice carbs. You're probably getting about 25 to 30 rice carbs. The rest is coming from beans. And even those aren't as compact as the rice to fit as densely into a cup. Does that make sense? It's almost like you need to measure them separately and then put it in.
Okay.
I mean, it's weird because I'm sure you cook it together and it tastes amazing together. But like if you measure everything, like your portion, so you measure how much beans you put in, how much rice you put in, and then just one time with the whole family, like they had to make their portion with using a cup, say. So they can have as much as they want, but usually they just had to scoop it out. Guys, just tell me how much you took out. You could figure out if your recipe made like say 16 cups, and then you could figure out the nutrition exactly for it.
Wow. Okay.
Because MyFitnessPal would make it so simple. Yeah, exactly, Mary Beth. Yep. Because then all you do is put in 8 cups rice, 8 cups beans. You would make 16 portions, and it would do all the math for you. And now you just have Sabrina's rice as a recipe in there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it would make it so easy to add in. Then there's no guilt. Because right now, if you got a cup of beans and rice, that's like 50, 60 carbs. Where really, you're probably, if we're not counting the beans side of it, like 30 grams of carbs.
Okay. Because we have
Shouldn't be eating it every day, but.
Oh, I have that at least once a week, not every day now, once a week. But okay, cool.
Yeah, but even if you did that, say, as like a lunch in the like middle of the day every day, it would keep you so full. If you included a 4 to 6 ounce protein portion, like you would be fine until dinner. Like it would last so long in your system. So, those are things where you start taking that into play. It's like it might be more caloric dense at one sitting, because when you actually put it in, it's going to be very caloric dense, but it's going to last you like 5 hours, where otherwise you would have eaten again 2 hours later or snacked.
All right, perfect. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep, that's a great like before work thing, or even like how you do like with your breakfast, but like the more avocado, the more egg yolk, the more things you put like that into your like meal before you go to work, it's going to hold you over so much longer because of slow release energy.
That's true, and not having time to eat.
Yeah. I mean, beans and fiber act very similarly. The only difference is oils and fats make your poop slimy, and then fibers make it hard, So it's like they do the same thing with keeping you full for a long period of time, but they just break down differently through the body.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's good for keeping you full.
Oh yeah, it does.
Sabrina, but that's why I hate when people say, write me a diet, because like you can't write somebody a diet and anticipate that,
Right.
So that's why, guys, send me over your stuff. And really all I need is the nutrients page. But like, if I start seeing things, I'm going to ask you for portions of your meal diary. Like Mary Beth will tell you, like she'll send them over. And it's like, hey, can you send me your breakfast and lunch? Because like something doesn't add up right. And sometimes it's just a bad entry on MyFitnessPal that like I can catch because I see so many of them, but like it looked like it was right in the system, So anyway, guys, it's a great Saturday. We're going to do a little bit of yard work, and I got my final bit of the NFL draft. I've been glued to the TV the last 2 days. It's been great.
Say hi to the missus and say hi to baby Dean.
Oh, she was supposed to be on. I've never felt her kick for the whole like however many months. And this past week, I just have been feeling her kick like crazy. It's like the most like real thing in the world right now.
Aww.
Awesome.
It's amazing. It's freaky. Oh, and it's like boom, they're like punches to the gut. It's like holy moly.
Imagine that from the inside out, huh?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm happy I'm not the one having the baby, but I am there for all the support in the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's nuts. Well, thank you guys. Another great successful morning.
Yep. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
I recorded too this week. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.